our project, and our project is about love languages. I want to say what a love language is. A love language is a specific way a person prefers to give and receive love in a relationship. It reflects how they feel most appreciated and emotionally connected with the person. So I want to ask a question for all of you. What type of love languages do you know before we start?
Acts of service,
Physical touch,
quality time.
Words of affection.
words of affirmation, and also, it's compliments or encouragement.
So it's one of the most, I feel like, common love language and one of the main love languages. And the words of affirmation is the kind of love language that needs words and encouragement and any kind
So love language is about expressing our love through meaningful and valuable actions. And for people whose love language is acts of service, for them actions speak louder than words. So for
love languages, and a lot of people think that quality time just means spending a lot of time together, but that's not it. It's more about how meaningful the time is you spend with that person. For example, you don't look at your phone constantly, you engage in the conversation, you deepen your relationship with that person through quality time.
Physical touch is one of the main five love languages that describes people who feel most connected to others through displays of physical affection, like hugging, holding hands, cuddling.
Question. Did you know that love languages differ from culture to culture?
Okay, yes, as people are different, in different countries people are different, so it is evident that the love language should also differ from culture to culture.
Okay, thank you. The two types of cultures are Eastern and Western. They differ by different features. We will talk about the main differences. The first one, individualism.
So individualism can be seen as a way of thinking that values independence. Wisdom focuses all about what the group needs.
Types of love languages can vary from culture to culture, and this is one of the cases. So, what is high context communication? So, high context communication mostly relies on body language, tone of voice, eye contact especially.
These cultures, people talk directly. They say exactly what they want to say. They often use commands. They give feedbacks and ask questions. And in high context culture, people communicate in less direct way.
Okay, now let's talk about love languages in different countries. The first country, Japan.
Love is often shown through actions and quality time. Love language is words of affirmation, but those are expressed in a unique way. The French people have a rich tradition of language and often use je t'aime, which we all know means I love you, or mon amour, ma chérie means my darling, my love.
There's this thing circling around TikTok about the German stare, which is when you're, for example, in a club, there is a person who's interested in you and they just look at you with a straight face, nothing else. And people usually think that they're being intimidating or something like that, but no, they're just genuinely showing interest in you like that, and it's a cultural norm there basically.
In Wales, people express love from thoughtful gestures and meaningful traditions. A popular way is by giving a love spoon, a beautifully carved wooden spoon.
They really demonstrate their love by helping with tasks, quality time, words of affirmation, and providing for their loved ones. And also, I would say a little bit of gift giving. So in the Philippines, mostly all of the five love languages, I would say they're almost balanced.
Eastern cultures or in Western cultures? What do you think?
In
the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
For sure.
Both.
Yeah, so which features? About individualism and collectivism, where are we? We are mainly individualism-based culture or collectivism-based?
Collectivism?
For example, we are sports or individual sports?
For sports, I would say individualism 100% because in Armenia, I don't know why, they can't like always work in a group, especially when it comes to sports. Like for example, our football team. I would also like to talk about education complex students of how we express our love. We express our love by taking trips around Armenia and talking about them and presenting them in different languages. So these are actually some of the examples from our 9th graders and 12th graders.
Artes Monastery is an old Armenian monastery from the 13th century located in Bayatlar province.
So, monks copied books, taught students, and held religious ceremonies. Mount Kustuk is called the Secret Mountain and sometimes known as heritage because it is very peaceful, quiet, and spiritual. Some people think the name Kustuk come from an old word Kutu, which means prayer. For many years, people have come to the mountain to pray and think, as it is seen as a special place for peace and faith.
Kustuk is also important because it is the burial place of Galadin Nashte, a famous Armenian leader. Nashte helped protect Armenia and is considered a hero.
People visit to find peace, reflect on history, and feel connected to Armenian traditions.
Also, Kustuk mountain is very famous because many groups go to climb the mountain or go for hiking. Since the mountain is quite high, about 3,201 kilometers high, the temperature there is generally cloudy or cold, despite the fact that it is located in the pretty hot and warm city, Kapan.
And I'm Naya Kachatran. And we joined the Culture TV project to talk about Jemuk and discover it as a city. While making this video, I discovered a lot, and one day I would like to visit it. I would recommend you to visit the city. And now Nana Kachatran will give her speech about Jemuk and their experience.
Most people are familiar with the name Jejmuk. Located in the northeastern region of Bayatlar province, lays this welcome hill resort town. Surrounded by beautiful forests and mountains, the name Jejmuk comes from Armenian word jem, meaning warm. And now I'm going
Sorry, we went to Hanevan and it's hidden in the beautiful forests in the Lori province. It is a peaceful medieval monastery that has lasted for centuries, and it was created during the 10th century, a time when Armenia was striving for their culture and religion. Hanevan is more than just a historical place. It represents Armenia's rich spiritual and architectural history.
The history, but the location, because the monastery is tucked away in a valley far from busy roads, making it a perfect escape into nature.
And thank you for listening, and also thank you for taking part in our project. I hope you enjoyed it.
Let's summarize and say that you have a very good teacher, Maria Maroshania. With the second time that she has prepared a very good project. The first one, what, when, it was a success. It was a real success, I remember it. And today's project is also very good. I liked it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.